my realization in the beginning of 2025 is that we as Black people have got to take ownership of our own destiny. Like the people used to own the stores were part of our community. Now the people that own the stores in the neighborhood don't look like us, don't speak like us. But the money is going from the Black community out to everybody but the Black community. So we have to take control, our own banks, our own stations, our own grocery stores, our own gardens, our own houses, our own banks, all those things. We need to own all the things that we patronize. Otherwise, we will never gain that power. We've given that power up. The economic power that we have, we've got billions of dollars of economic power,
Yeah.
but it's not controlled by us. We allow people to take it from us. We give it freely to people. You get an NBA player, the first thing that happens once they sign that contract is they've got the jeweler who has handcrafted jewelry with that person's name or image on it. And they are trying to get you to buy that. So something that you really don't need, and they dangled it in front of you to represent your elevation to another status. But it does nothing for you.
Brother Joe, let me ask you something. On that note, okay, Brother Gary. On that note, have you read the book $1 Million Slaves? I can't think of the sister who wrote the book. Sister Cheryl, have you wrote that book? So I have to imagine that the premise is what it sounds like.
Right.
How brothers in the NBA, the MLB,
music industry,
NFL, even
TV
artists.
and movie industry.
What do you think she's trying to convey? Because I sincerely have not read it, and I don't have anything to extract from the content.
Just from my interpretation of the title.
Yeah.
We've got those $1 million slaves that are making money for other people.
Okay.
And people are making money off of us for what services we provide.
Okay.
But the community does not reap the benefits of that like they could or should.
So let me ask you this. So I'm a sports fan. I'm an athlete. So naturally, I enjoy watching sports. But when I see Black representation, even today, in the major North American professional sports franchises, I'm still very proud. I think about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Jalen Williams with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Those are two very young, not just talented brothers, but when you hear them in interviews, they're very articulate, they are very pleasant. So they're still our future.
Right.
Even though they're multimillionaires, they're still a part of our future. They're a part of the large face of our future, right, going forward. So how do you think they will feel about someone coming out with a book and describing them as slaves when they're actually doing positive things?
I think they have to take that into consideration and understand the context. It's not a personal attack on them as individuals.
Okay.
It's just a overview of where the money goes. Once they've made it, where does the money go? And who benefits from that money? Because all the commissioners and all those people who own the stadiums and all that, they get billions and billions of dollars off of the people who are playing in those stadiums.
Right.
You've got people who are coming to see the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies get a percentage of it, but the community does not benefit from it.
Right.
And that's what we're talking about.
Right.
We're pouring into the stadium. We've got these athletes that we're holding on a pedestal, and the money is not going into the community to benefit or upgrade the community. And that's what it's about. It's about how the economics of that sport franchise does not translate to the community that the people are coming.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think if they knew the history of slavery, knew the history of African Americans, Black people, if they really knew the history, they would understand that we're not saying that you're slaves now. We're saying that you have responsibility as an African American or as a Black person to give back to the community, to uplift your community with whatever you have. I mean, if you have the funds to do it and you can help to do it, it is all about responsibility.
Right.
to do it. It's all about responsibility, to see the need for us to stick together, to become a Black community, a stronger community again.
Right.
Because there are things we can do. But I think the basics is we just don't know our history as African Americans. We're just not taught the meat of the history and exactly what is it Black history means.
Yeah.
We seriously are not getting it. There are other things, for instance, like the shoes and the clothing and the jewelry and all of these things that catch our attention and get our eyes.
Yeah.
We're not taught. Parents are not teaching that anymore.
Yeah.
Schools don't want to teach it anymore. And
Right.
they're not teaching it anymore. It's almost like it wants to be wiped out, totally and completely wiped out. It's here to stay. It's not just our history now, it's everybody's history because it happened.
Right.
It actually did happen and it's not going anywhere.
Right.
We're not going anywhere.
Right.
And unfortunately, it looks like we've got the elderly or the older people or people who may have been connected to slavery personally. We're the only ones that looks like we're trying to keep this thing alive.
Yeah.
But it's important that we teach our kids, even at a young age, even from birth, what Black history is all about. What happened back there.
Yeah.
And no matter where you go, who you're with, who you end up with, you're going to be African American.
Yeah.
You're going to be Black.
Yeah.
That's not going anywhere.
Right.
So
Right.
to understand that, to encourage that in young people, teach them to embrace who they are, embrace who God made them.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go through all kinds of chemical changes and process changes, but you're still who you are. At the end of the day, there's nobody of another race or another nationality that's going to look at you and say, okay, you're not African American or you're not Black.
Right.
However you describe yourself.
Right.
You're going to be that until the day you die.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's in the back of other people's minds or what they're thinking,
Right.
but people will think what they think. And if people are with you, a lot of times it's because you have money. If you are an athlete, it's because you have money if you're an athlete. It's easy to love money. And if an African American or a young person has that money, they're going to have lots of friends. They're going to be in love with you, but are they in love with you for the right reason?
Yeah. Fair weather friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you, Sister Cheryl.
Hey, it's